brush. The best thing, so I got new brushes, and the best thing about them is they're rose gold that matches with my other Amazon brushes, so yeah. So obviously I'm gonna start off with warm tones because, actually no, I think I'm gonna start off with cool tones because they're not necessarily my cup of tea, so I'm gonna go from this side over. And I'm sorry if I'm not looking in the camera. I'm trying to look in the mirror to like see what I'm doing because I obviously can't tell unless I'm like this, so. Alright, cool. So I think we're gonna start off with a light transition shade, and I think I'm gonna go in with the shade, I really want to use this green. It's a beautiful green. I think I'm gonna go in with the shade Witty, so it's just this nice, oh, nice, very nice, very pigmented. Ooh, that came out really good. I know you can't really base anything off the swatches, but I'm gonna go in with the BH Cosmetics number 5 brush. It's just this nice fluffy brush. I'm gonna go with the shade Witty and tap that in. I'm just gonna wipe off the excess. Wow, that blended really nice and really effortlessly. As you can see, that kind of just blends out really nicely. And this brush is really nice as well, so this brush works out really well. It's also really affordable. This brand is also really affordable. I'll link it down below. I didn't do any description for my Vlogmas, so yeah. I haven't done any face makeup as well. I always like to do my eyes first. I'm gonna go back on that shade, and I'm just gonna try to really deepen that up a little bit. That looks really good, and I'm not one for gray transition shades. I'm usually more for like warm, kind of close to my skin tone, or even like orange, because I am orange. So I really like the way that looks. So I'm gonna go over with the shade Smooth, which is just this like deep brown kind of shade. And oh, so this brush is kind of dense, but so I think it'd be really good for packing on the outer corner. So I'm just gonna pack it right on that outer corner. Wow, that's really pigmented. I barely touched into that, and I kind of whipped the excess off my leg. I'm wearing shorts right now because I just did some leg workouts, you know. That's really pigmented. That's super gorgeous. I really like the way that looks. I actually really want to try out these instead of the greens. I think I want to try out these purples. I know purples are really hard to make, and it has a shimmery purple again. I'm going with the shade Easygoing, this shade right here. Really beautiful. There's not a lot of fallout, which I enjoy, so I'm keep going in with the same brush just because I want to do everything with one brush. And it's a kind of a light purple. Go back in that shade and kind of just pack that on the outer corner. So that purple isn't as pigmented as the other shades. It's kind of a brighter purple, and it's kind of coming up a little bit of gray, and it's probably maybe because it's blending in with the other colors so nicely, but I just want to keep building it up. I like that the shade is very buildable because when you work with different colors, I think that, you know, and so I'm a beginner, of course. I'm not a pro whatsoever, but like when you want to work with colors, you want to go in like small amounts, because if you do too much, it'll be too pigmented, and then maybe you can't take it off and then you have to restart. So I actually really like that it's not the most pigmented in the world, but it also blends beautifully. Okay, so I really like the way that blends in with the other cool toned shades. So I think I want to go in with the shade Chill, and I'm gonna go in with a flat shaded brush. So this one is also from BH Cosmetics. It's the number 7 brush. It's just a flat shaded brush. I'm gonna go in with no spray. Just gonna kind of pack that up. That's nice. It's not a very shiny color. It's more of just a very pigmented shade. It's not meant, I'm assuming it's not meant to be a metallic or like very shimmery. I think it's just meant to be kind of a pop color. I really like the way that works. I really like the way that works. It blended, it like was easy to maneuver, very easy to maneuver. I'm gonna go back in with that blending shade. I'm just gonna try to blend that out so there's not much harsh lines. Wow, I really like the way that that looks. So again, I probably never like go out in this kind of look, but I think it's super pretty if you're into those cool tone shades and you like the way purple looks on your eyes. People say that purple looks really good with green eyes. I have green eyes and I don't particularly agree. I don't like the way purple looks on my eyes. So that's that Chill shade swatched. I think that looks really nice. But like I said, I think that's really beautiful. And if you could probably even pack it on with your finger. I'm surprised I didn't. I usually go in. I don't even want to spray it because I think I want to keep it like this. But I think I want to do a little bit of a nice halo eye. So I'm going to go in with one of... with another flat shader brush. I'm going to go in with this one from Amazon. It's kind of dirty. So I'm just going to grab a makeup wipe and clean it off a little. So I got most of it off. And I'm gonna go in with the shade Clever, which is, I don't even know how to describe this kind of shade. It's like a purple. I just swatched it on my legs so you can't see it. It's like a nice purple. It's this shade. I'm dragging the palette with me. Okay, Gayla. It's the shade right here. I really like it. I think it's beautiful. I think it would look really nice. You know what? Actually, I think I'm gonna do that with my finger. So I'm gonna take the shade on my finger, just like this, and I think I'm gonna pat it on the center of my lid. That's really pretty. I honestly like the way that that looks. Even though it doesn't necessarily blend in with the other shade, with this purple shade, the shade Chill, I really like the way that it looks. I'm gonna go back in with that blending brush and just kind of sweep over that. Really pretty. I honestly would use that shade like with some warm tones. I think that's really beautiful. And so far I think that the cool tone shade is really, the cool tone shades are very nice. They blend out really well and they're super pigmented. And again, with that purple shade, I think that it's a good idea that it's not the most pigmented, because obviously if you're working with the purple, you may not want you necessarily may not want a burst of beaming purple color. So again, I really appreciate the fact that it's not the most pigmented. And honestly, I didn't get that much fallout. Like on the palette, there's not much, there's not that much fallout, like probably in this shade right here, like smooth. But I literally just put it off and it looks really good. So the only shades I didn't use were Wise, Genuine, Calm, and Low Key. I'm gonna do my lower lash line once I finished with my eyes, but I kind of want to put this in my inner corner. This is the shade Low Key. I'm just gonna pop that in my inner corner. Oh, it's a pink iridescent kind of shade. I really like the way that looks. I don't think it necessarily goes with this look, but it's pretty. Ooh. It's pretty and it's iridescent, and I love iridescent shades. So I'm just gonna wipe away. Oh, I'm just gonna give it that sharp wing. So this would be kind of a good look if you're going out, maybe. Maybe if you like purples. I don't know. Okay, now we're gonna be going into this side of this side of the shade. Oh, cool. On the back it says like looks to try, like right here. I think it's really cool. But anyways, I'm going out on the warm tone shade side, and I don't really know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna stay away from the golds. I think I might go for like a pink or something. Ooh, yeah, okay. So I'm gonna go with this Profusion brush. This came with the neutral palette by Profusion. I honestly love keeping their brushes. I love keeping the brushes, so it's like dual-ended side, but I'm gonna use the fluffy side. And for a transition shade, I want to use the shade Flesh. Nope, this is fresh. This, I probably should do it this way. Fresh right here. So I usually I typically go for this kind of, oh, there's a lot of fall in that shade. Nope, just kidding, there's a lot of kickback. So I typically like going in for this more neutral shade for a transition shade. It kind of just blends in with the rest of my skin, the skin tone. I mean, you can see it, but like I said, I like using this shade. I'm surprised I'm not too pasty for it to, usually it shows up hardcore, so. I'm also gonna drag that on the outer corner just like that. Then I'm gonna go in with the shade Saucy, this right here. I'm not gonna build it up too much. Wow, that was 2 little dips. Paula James. I don't want this to be too predominant. I just want it to be kind of peek through a little bit. Just because I want a pink shade, the shade Bold, which is this pink shade, to be the star of the show. And I'm going to use a lot more pinky tone shades to kind of complement that color. So those shades blended out really nicely. I think that transition shade helped that shade kind of diffuse a lot better. And the color is very beautiful. Again, honestly, you can find this shade in a lot of other palettes, but I think that it's really nice. Oh, that yellow shade's really pretty. I'm probably not going to be using it. Yeah, it's like more of a mustardy kind of shade. Wow, that came out really nice. It's right here. It's really nice. I'm going to go in with the same brush. Actually, no, I think I'm going to go with the more fluffy brush. I'm going to go back in with that BH Cosmetics No. 5 brush. I'm going to kind of wipe it off on the baby wipe. Kind of get that excess moisture off with my leggy. I'm gonna go with the shade, go with the shade Sassy right here. It's kind of a peachy, pinky kind of shade. Ooh, really pigmented. I'm just gonna kind of go in on that crease shade again. It's like the others, they blend really nicely and it's super pigmented. You could really build these shades up and kind of, I feel like these shades are more for summer. Like you could use these shades more for summer. They're very, obviously they're neutral, but I think that they would look really pretty in the summer with, you know, like a gloss or something. I'm gonna go in with a smaller fluffy brush and I'm gonna go in with the shade Cheeky. This brush is the BH Cosmetics No. 5 brush. This is more, ooh, I went in a few times, but that's still pretty pigmented. I get this is e.l.f., but I wish there was a mirror here. I'd pay extra. This palette was only 10 bucks and I think it's honestly worth it. But if, oh wow. You probably can't even see that much of a difference, but I think that really just deepened up the crease and I think that looks really nice. I'm gonna hug this right in the crease and try not to diffuse it too much. Obviously I want it to be blended, so we're gonna diffuse it a little bit. This shade has a little bit of fallout, as you can see, but honestly, I don't mind fallout, especially for the price. Like, no way, like that doesn't bother me. I'm just gonna, yeah, that is pigmented. I'd rather something, okay, I can't say I'd rather something be too pigmented, but I honestly love the way this looks. This is really nice. I'm gonna go in with a more fluffy brush, that original fluffy brush I keep going back to, and I just want to blend out the edges. Honestly, don't worry, like if you're doing your eyes first, don't worry how far or how messy it gets on the outer corner. You can honestly just go in with a makeup wipe and kind of clean it up. Go in where I put that last shade and really just kind of blend it out with really small circular motions, just because I don't want it to be diffused too much. I think I don't even want to use a dark shade, like a darker shade, but I'm gonna go in on my lid with the shade Bold, this beautiful pinky. Ooh, that's beautiful. That's from a lipstick I swatched earlier, so that, my friends, is delicious. Okay, so I'm gonna go with my finger. That looks really good. Oh my god, that's beautiful. That's really pretty, and I really like the way that that looks. I kind of want to use more shades, but yeah, I think that looks really pretty, and I think very different, of course. Cool tone, warm tone. But anyways, so far for the palette, I think this palette is super good and definitely worth the 10 bucks that I spent on this.
This is a reminder to film a first impressions on the Elf Eyeshadow palette.
I'm ahead of schedule, guys. It's gonna go again.
This is a reminder to film a first impressions on the Elf Eyeshadow palette.
I'm ahead of schedule, guys. So anyways, I think this palette is beautiful. The colors are very blendable, very pigmented. Of course, your purples, your brighter colors are a little less pigmented due to the fact that I bet you it's more for a beginner palette. Of course, I'm a beginner and I appreciate the fact that they're not overly pigmented because I know that it would take a lot more knowledge of makeup. Of course, I watched the Queen of Makeup, Tati, and she kind of teaches you how to do it. If you like want to learn how to use more pigmented shades, definitely follow or like check out her videos. She's very in depth and she's very good at what she does. And so, you know, the colors are super good. They're super blendable and definitely worth it. I literally am obsessed. Oh yeah, done with my hair. I have to do a hair mask for a party on Tuesday. Yeah. I'm not going to do any face makeup right now because I just want to keep most of this focused on the eye makeup. So I'm going to go in for my lower lash line, and I'm going in with this little brush, this little nubby brush. I love these kind for like either like the outer corner or the lower lash line. This is the BH Cosmetics number 10 brush, and I'm going to go in with the dark colors first. Just to use like a majority of the color, I'm going to go with the shade Wise. Just because I want to use a lot of the colors. Ooh. I think that green looks super good with that color. I'm going to go in with this blending brush and just kind of slightly, very quickly run that through. Again, with the green shade, the shade Wise, it's very much like the purple shade. You have to build it up and you have to really kind of go for your pigmentation. I only went in twice. In the second time, I topped off a lot of the excess, and then the first time I tapped off a lot of the excess, and the second time I kind of put more on, and I really just concentrated the color where I wanted it to go. And I think that it's super pretty, and I think they're super beautiful for people that love green. I love green eyeshadows. I love the way that sometimes it looks with like oranges in the crease and then like a green. My favorite's from the Nicole Concealio Violet Voss shadow palette, but I think that's super pretty. It blended out really nicely. And what I love about these eyeshadows is they don't grab through my dry patches. So I have dry patches underneath right here, underneath my eyes right here, and I have them up here as well, just because I do have dry eyelids, but at the same time they can get super oily if I don't set them. I don't understand my eyelids whatsoever, but I think that they're super pretty and it came out really nice. Again, the green shade, beautiful. It blended out really nice, so again, super good palette. Next with the warm tone lower lash line, I've lost words. I'm gonna go with the shade Happy as my beginning shade. I'm gonna go with that same little nubby shade, same little brush. Yellow. Oh, my eyes are gonna water now because I just poked my eyeball. So I'm gonna go again with that fluffy brush and just kind of. So that yellow shade, I feel like you really have to build it up, but again, because it is a brighter color, and I super appreciate that e.l.f. And again, this one has a little bit of fallout, whatever. Honestly, if you don't like fallout, you probably won't like a lot of the palettes, probably won't like a lot of eyeshadow palettes, but this I love. I wanted to keep it very neutral because I want to go in with a darker shade over top. So, but again, this shade blended out really nicely. I'm gonna go with that same little brush. I'm gonna go with the shade Warm, and I'm gonna mix it with the shade Cheeky. Okay, let me learn this shade right here. I'm just gonna kind of blend very lightly. I'm going in with a very light hand. I went a little bit out too far, but I think that looks beautiful. I'm gonna go in with that fluffy brush again and just kind of blend it out. I think that that yellow shade really helped the other shades blend, but honestly, that was beautiful. My opinion stays the same. I think this palette is super worth it. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this first impressions on this e.l.f. Opposites Attract palette, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.
Thanks for watching.